Welcome to Builds with Blocks, a show centered around the micro action figures and brick-based construction sets of the Halo universe. I'm your host, Gabe Clem, and today I'm joined by Tom Fishenden.
Have Smoa Burger!
Matthew Salvatore.
Hi, guys.
And Colin Perkins.
Greetings!
Today's episode is a deep dive into the figures from Mega Construx with a particular focus on the Blind Bag series, which we've all come to know and love. In today's episode, we're going to share our latest thoughts on Blind Bag Wave 3 from Halo Mega Construx, which Mega Construx revealed in collaboration with the Domain, and we will then present our pitches for a dream wave of a Blind Pack series in the future. Before we get into the main topic of the show, let's chat about what we've been up to on the block front. So, I'll probably start with Matt. Tell us, Matt, what have you gotten into?
Actually, Target was running a really big sale, so I went and grabbed a bunch of Mega Construx sets. So, AA turret, $26.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
So,
Holy cow.
I grabbed that, and then I grabbed another Banshee, and then I grabbed the Chief versus Brute Warrior 2-pack.
Okay.
So
those are hanging around on shelves.
Well, I grabbed that so I
there's
could
a
get
lot
the
of
free
those out.
shipping. I grabbed that for the free shipping because I'm like, I'm not going to
It was
pay
a sympathy
$6
buy.
for shipping. Well, no, I mean, I like the set, but I think I hate paying for shipping, so I usually end up buying something when I not get shipping. And then shout out to a good friend of mine, DC Outlaw. He posted a picture of some Lego customs that he had purchased. It was like a black suit Superman, and so I like all good friends. He dragged me down the rabbit hole. So I grabbed. So hopefully they all look really cool. But I grabbed a black suit Superman, and then I grabbed a way more detailed Shazam, which I wish Lego would do. So I grabbed some of those, and that's. I think I grabbed a couple of Lego sets, but I don't remember which ones I got. So that's it for on the collecting front for me.
Sweet. Colin, what about you?
So go to Target.
Yeah, right. That was a good deal. I didn't take advantage of the sale, but I did take apart my Forward Unto Dawn, and yeah, it was a sad day. Although I had forgotten that when I took it apart, I got it from another collector. It's all down to the studs. It's all apart. There were a couple little pieces that he glued together. There's like a little antennas, I think, like in the front,
right?
Tiny
Yeah,
ones
those fall.
Must have
oh
fall,
my gosh,
fall
those
out.
are horrible.
So anyway, those are glued. But I forgot that my figures are unopened. So all of the figures are still in their plastic, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
So
That's
it'll
nice.
be fun, and it'll be the debate. Like when I put it back together, it's like, should I take these guys out or should I leave
Go
them
get
in?
the full experience.
I know I should. So that's tucked away and ready to build maybe in a year or two when the boys. I think it'll be fun to do that with the boys. What else? Oh, I did set aside a bunch of sets because we've been doing our top 10s, and we're gonna keep going through all of the games, Halo 5s eventually, Halo Wars 2. So there's a couple sets that I haven't built from those. The Frost Raven I still need to build, so I'll get that built, and so I can fight for that one. And the Warzone Phaeton is another cool one. With that orange
the Phaeton
coloration and those orange figures. Those are a couple. I'm sure there's a couple more I'm forgetting, but I'm excited to get back into building once I've finally done all my organizing, which I'm about done. I should finish this weekend, and then I can focus on building stuff again, which would be good. And I did make the rounds. I did make the rounds on Target. I didn't get the deal, but I did. They're finally Halo Heroes Series 13 is finally showing up, so I have picked up a couple of those, and Series 2 blind bags are finally starting to overtake the Series 1 blind bags, so just grabbed a couple extras.
You're gonna be my supplier, right?
I got something special for you, don't worry.
Oh, okay. See, that's why I'm here, guys. This is why I'm on the podcast. Good friends.
Jeepers game.
What about you, Tom?
So it's been a very Lego heavy month for me this month. I've spent a little bit more money than I plan to again. I've said that 2 podcasts in a row. It's not looking great for my bank account.
Yeah.
So
He needs an intervention.
I do. Please, somebody take my wallet. Not in a violent way, please.
Not in a violent way.
I got some custom Lego army figures from a company called United Bricks.
Cool.
I got some US infantry guys, and you can see I've got can't see because my virtual background's going to screw it up, but I have a set of 3D belts and also 3D vests that I'm going to put on them just to customize them a little bit more. I then got a bunch of Lego pieces to put together 4 different variants of Captain America, because if you didn't know, he's my favourite character from the Marvel films.
I didn't know.
So
Exactly correct.
basically got the parts to add printed boots to 2 of the figures that they'd already released that just had plain legs. I then got some parts to make like a custom shield operator version of Cap, and then I also got the parts needed to make a civilian version of Steve Rogers. And then lastly,
The skinny
I would
one?
grab it. Like when he's just in his uniform on the helicarrier in
okay.
Avengers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Civilian Steve.
Yeah. Mainly from actually it was based on the Winter Soldier when he goes on the run and he's like hiding from S.H.I.E.L.D. I think that's quite a cool aesthetic for him.
Does he have his cap on? He's got to have that blue cap on. Or else
He
he's not in
doesn't.
disguise.
He's
Cap's
got,
cap, no cap.
The blue jacket, the grey t-shirt, and then the tan trousers. And the jacket's a Harry Potter piece that's like perfect for it.
Okay, yep.
Can't
And
have the
then
grey
lastly,
trousers.
it's on the table behind me, and I would grab it, but my virtual background will mess it up. I finally, after pre-ordering it back in, I want to say December, got my Lego Razor Crest in hand, and so I built that earlier this week.
Ooh, nice.
How was it built?
It's really cool. The interior is a little bit tighter than I expected.
Yeah.
But the cool thing with this build is not only does the rear ramp and the side ramps open up like in the show, but the side walls actually fold down. So you can fold down basically all the way around the cargo bay to proper get inside, get the little carbonite freezer blocks out, and kind of put any minifigures in it. Yeah, so it's a really well done build, and it's quite well scaled. It might actually... I'll grab it because it might show up better because it's a larger item.
I was really impressed with it.
On the show.
I was really impressed with it. I got it for my brother for Christmas.
So you
Oh, wow.
Kind of see it there.
Nice.
And then all of that folds down. Obviously, that folds down.
Oh, dude, that's super cool.
That folds down on both
Wow.
sides, so you can get all the way inside it. So it's a really, really nice build, and it's definitely
Is
up
there
there with the things I've built this year.
Is there like a door from the cargo hold to the cockpit? Or is that just one bit?
I don't think so. I think it's all sealed off. Although it is quite a skeletal build.
Right.
So there might be like a gap at the back. I'd have to go in and take a look at it.
Nice.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, here's where I come in, sort of like a bum, because I haven't really bought anything. Virginia is really, 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 really lacking like any Mega Construx stuff. I went to Target a few days ago. My girlfriend was home, and we went shopping, and they had the 2-pack. They have the big buildable Master Chief, which I kind of feel like picking that up now since it's still available. I feel like maybe that would be something I'd want later, so I might grab that. But they don't have any of the new series. I still have yet to see Series 13 or Series 2 of the blind packs in stores. So hopefully with the newer ones, or even with the current ones, hopefully those will come out soon. But I did find a guy on Facebook who was willing to help me out. He said that he found Series 13 in Louisiana. So he's going back today, and he said he might send me a couple of elites. But other than that, I honestly haven't really bought anything. Obviously, I've been working on figures. My spring semester is slowly coming to an end. So within the next few weeks, I'll be done with that, and then I can focus more on working a bit more on the podcasts and videos and things. So I'm excited for that. But
cool.
That's about as far as my collecting goes. Unfortunately.
It's all right. We all have lols.
So if we're ready, let's move on to the main topic, number 1, which would be Wave 3 of the Mega Construx Halo blind packs. So for those that, if you don't know, those were just revealed this week. I guess it was, whenever this goes up, it was past. But the Domain was working in collaboration with Mega Construx to reveal Halo Infinite themed blind pack series 3. So we'll go around, we'll give our thoughts on, the figure choice and the weapon choice and how we're feeling about everything. So let's start with the figures. How do we feel about, the variety of the figures? What do we think of what they picked?
Can I hop in first?
Yeah, you go first.
Cool?
Yeah, go for it.
I like it. I think there's some good diversity here. It's nice to see some new Spartan sculpts with the Centurion and the Hermes.
Absolutely.
Because usually they sort of blind bags just get repaints of Spartans that are going to be in that wave anyway. I mean, they could be, but it's just nice getting Spartans that we haven't already got. There's some good colour diversity across the line as well. Obviously, the Marine isn't that diverse, but she's got the Miranda head sculpts. That's nice. And I think the Covenant
people love Marines.
Cool. Yeah. Obviously, I'm sure we'll talk about it on its own, but the Grunt's awesome. There's an active camo Chieftain. And I think the only thing I'm not a fan of is the Turquoise Ultra. But that's more for me personally, because I tend to prefer... If it's going to be like a Banished or a Covenant enemy, then I like it to be in a game accurate colour, whereas I'm not so bothered with Spartans because they're all different colours anyway.
Yeah, you can make those like multiplayer colours. Oh, hold on. What do you think about this series, Matt?
I like it. I think it's got some strong figures. I'm with Tom. The colors, especially the pink and the turquoise, aren't my thing. I like the ultra mold. It is cool to see, what we would consider Fred and Kelly's armor, right? Especially because they kind of fall into that Shadows of Reach kind of look.
Yeah, Shadows of Reach.
So hopefully that is an indicator of something with Infinite. I don't know.
Things to come. Yeah.
Grasping at straws here, but I do appreciate that. I don't mind the color of the orange. I think it actually kind of looks cool.
Yeah.
Against the blue. I'm always a fan of a Marine, so this is kind of nice. I like that we get the helmet, we get a different head sculpt, assault rifle. Never say no to that. It's interesting that this is the Halo 5 assault rifle.
Yeah, MA5B.
So it is kind of interesting that they threw that in there. I don't know what that means. I do like the active camo Brute Chieftain. I think that's cool.
Will you use that at all, Matt?
The Chieftain?
Yeah.
In a stop motion?
Yeah.
I have done a couple of earlier stop motions. I don't know if they're still totaling around out there, but where I've intercut an actual figure with the active camo to show like I've replaced pieces of like an arm with an active camo to show it's like transitioning into active camo.
Cool.
I haven't done that as of recently because I don't think I have any 2.0 active camo elites.
Well, they've done very, very, very few active camo, new articulation figures in general, especially elites.
Probably. So with this Brute Chieftain, he'll pair really well with Halo Heroes.
Yeah, I want to see you do something with that.
Yeah. I'll say that in my opinion, the standout is the Grunt. I think that's the most eye-catching.
Yeah, he's wild.
And I think it's just like it screams like I am a banished Grunt.
Yeah,
I like it. I dig it.
You have any additional thoughts, Colin, on the figure choice?
No, I'm curious, Gabe, on your thoughts on this Grunt, because he is like when you're looking at everything, he's like, what is going on with this guy? He's ready for action. He's got like a weapons rack on his back, I think. Like, I feel like this is also a point of speculation for like, is this guy going to be in the game?
Mm-hmm. I mean, first about the entire series, dude's loaded. Yeah, he's ready. I'd say this is probably like my well, yeah, this is probably like my first or like number 1, number 2 spot for favorite blind pack series. Like everything,
Really?
everything in this series, with the exception of the Ultra, because I think this is like, well, I guess it would be. Is this the second time? I don't know. For one, in general, I'm not really a fan of the new Ultra mold. It doesn't. It looks very low poly. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I actually love everything else. Seeing the like Gen 3 EVA armor for, what we would call Kelly, that's something that I know I've been asking for a long time since they did Halo Legends Chief and Fred.
Is that Spartan a female body? Could you tell?
I can't tell from the pictures. I have no idea.
I don't think
so. But
so.
I'm guessing it. I feel like it could be. I mean, because my thought process is if they made that, the chances of them going to make Kelly probably, and they would put her on a female torso. So I mean,
I'm just happy that the armor's there. Like it doesn't matter.
I'm
in my opinion, male or female, that means it's in the game. At least that's what I'm
the armor. It's designed to work on both types of body anyway, isn't it? So it wouldn't make a difference if
not female.
Like if
not
Kelly
female
ends up
Spartan
being
armor.
on the main line. Or is it? Okay.
Female Spartan armor is specifically molded to their different torsos. That's why Cat's chest armor
I didn't
doesn't
actually
fit
realize that.
Yeah, because that's what I hoped
sense.
for, and then I got a new female figure. And it's like, oh, good. I can't do anything with this. But what made me really happy actually was seeing the Centurion come back, because the last time we saw that figure was in Series Charlie blind packs from like 2015, 2014, something like that. So it's been a really, really, really long time. Yeah, it's been forever. But I think this is a solid lineup. And then obviously getting back to, so we'll move on to talk about the one figure, particularly the Grunt. Never seen this before. Like, nobody has any clue what this character is. No one knows what it's supposed to be. So we'll put a picture up here for you guys to look at it, but it looks like some banished Grunt, obviously with the mask and everything, with like a harness on the back, carrying shock rifles, which is so, I don't even know what to make of that. Like, is it, because I've seen a lot of people speculating like one of two things: either it's a Grunt that can use the shock rifles, like they'll flip forward and he can shoot at you, or he's carrying them for the brutes, which would make sense to me, because you see in the demo a brute picks up a Grunt and like throws him like he's a bomb. So I mean, I feel like the Grunts are a little more
I was talking to Bovi about this, and he brought up the point in Halo, your enemies never run out of ammo. So why would you need a mobile a mobile weapons rack, unless they added that mechanic in, where
maybe that's something
all of a sudden the enemy has to chuck their weapon because it's out of ammo, and then they grab it from the back of this guy. It's interesting though, because they have built in the mechanic over the years of when you pick up a weapon, it only has so much ammo in it. Sometimes it's half, sometimes it's 5 bullets, sometimes it's not. So they have that mechanic, but the enemies still just infinite ammo, right?
Well, another thing that I was considering was, like, while the idea of it being like a heavy munitions Grunt would be cool, it comes with its own plasma pistol. So if it was like a mortar Grunt, why would it need such a tiny little dinky gun if it was able to use the big guns? Yeah. So that's why I feel inclined to say it's carrying those weapons for the
when
other guys.
I first saw this, in my opinion, it reminded me of that cave troll in the Battle of the Five Armies, that he has like the mobile catapult. So what I thought this is that the Grunt runs down, hunkers down, and then a brute comes from behind and grabs the guns and uses him as like a mobile turret. And like, so
that's super cool idea.
So instead of the brutes having to carry these turrets around, the Grunt just drops down, the brute grabs both the guns and just because if you think
that's a sick idea.
If you're looking at this Grunt and you're saying, oh, he controls these two guns, he doesn't. Because in Halo, you have to have all things you have to have some kind of trigger, and he's not holding anything, or he's not, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing where he's instigating a shot. Mm-hmm. So this is either a weapons rack where the brutes grab it, and to Colin's point, it doesn't make sense that they would, because our enemies don't run out of ammo.
Unless they do now.
They won't live long enough to use all their ammo. That's what I'm saying.
It wouldn't be new weapons either, would it? It doesn't make sense to be new weapons and just not cartridges. So I think the fact that it's weapons is specific.
You know what he kind of looks like if you guys played Gears of War? He looks like a miniature Brumac. That big giant thing with a gun on his back.
I love that helmet though.
Yeah, the helmet is really
The helmet
cool.
looks like a brute captain helmet.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
They're really kind of leaning into that whole scavenger type thing.
I'm going to make Colin very happy because I think there's a transforming element to this.
Ooh.
If you look at the backpack, it's really big and bulky. So I wonder if the grunt takes the backpack off and either it transforms into a mortar or some kind of auto turret.
So you're saying there's more that meets the eye?
Yeah.
That was good. Thank you for that.
Isn't there a peg hole on the back of the grunt? Like, isn't there a like a peg hole on the back piece?
Oh,
so maybe
like
you take that whole
tank?
apparatus and mount it.
It's possible.
Yeah, does this grunt have like it doesn't have the, so it's really kind of just it's flat, right?
Yeah, it's just flat.
So
it's just
weird.
flat back there.
We can finally have naked grunts running around in our Mega Construx collections.
Tom, you just had to make it weird.
Good God. So moving on, anyway.
Well, hold on. We haven't talked about the wasp. The wasp was pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah, it's alright.
Oh?
I mean...
I'm just... You know me,
It's like-
I'm not a build boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a good representation
Coming
of
to
what the
hunt
wasp...
down the Phantom.
I think it's a good representation of the
like
wasp. And it also hints that... I think we're going to be using that wasp quite a bit in Halo.
Oh,
for sure.
Like, it's in key art.
Yeah.
It's in here. Like, there's other things we've seen. I think wasp is going to be heavy.
Watch.
Infinite.
You won't see the wasp at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
It was in a previous build of the game.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. It would be like, oh, no, it's not there.
Real quick, the other comment, I like the Marine, the female Marine. I think she's good at diversity that we need to our armies.
Yeah.
She's a redhead, right?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The picture
she
I'm
is.
looking at it. Oh, I'm looking at the picture. It's got a helmet on.
Oh, boy.
What do you guys think's the rare? The rare is going to be the build, like the ultra
I
rare.
reckon the build, and I don't think the grunt's going to be common.
You think the grunt's gonna be common?
I don't think it will. I don't think you put that many new pieces on something and make it
I think
common.
so too.
Yeah.
You know what?
But then what's the other rare?
That's
the
a
chief,
good
the
point.
camo, the camo chieftain.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. We
You know what's-
have some feedback. Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
I just want to say really quick, the detail that you see on this grunt, he almost would be like a Halo Heroes grunt. Like, just
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
so how much what you get for him. Anyway,
Yeah.
go for it.
So I actually prepared for an episode for a change, as opposed to just showing up 5 minutes after a shower. Anyone who
There you
listened
go.
to the last main episode will get that reference. And
I don't even get that reference, and I
asked
edited it.
our Builds with Blocks Discord chat what they think of this wave. So we do have a little bit of feedback from
Nice.
Discord as well.
Okay.
Sick.
So Chuck EV said that they're excited to get a few of the grunts from it, which I think we all share. The Pesky Bird said they don't want another Ultra,
Yeah,
but they quite
we all
like
are.
the build of the Wasp. And then Mega X said the new grunt mold looks amazing. I'm happy to see the Legends Fred armor is back. The new Kelly armor is great as well. Maybe Mega can reuse the new female torso armor for a redo of Alice. The Marine also looks like they share the same head mold as Miranda Keys. And the mini Wasp build is nice looking. It's funny how the Marine comes with the Halo 5 assault rifle with the infinite AR ammo counter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you
Very-
to everyone who took the
very
time to pick that
insightful.
up on Discord.
Yeah.
feel free to come and hang out on our Discord if you do want to talk about Mega Construx stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. One more comment on the EVA type armor. Like, the dome on the thing looks like it goes further back than other armors that we've seen, right? So it's a variation.
I actually had last year, actually it may have been late 2019, but I think it was last year, I did a custom Halo Legends Kelly using a 3D printed Gen 3 EVA helmet. And I was comparing it to the official Mega one, and this one actually looks like one for one the version from the Shadows of Reach cover. Because, like, if you look at them, the Shadows of Reach version and the Halo Legends version, they're a little different. Like, there's little designs on the visor and everything, but this looks just like the Shadows of Reach version, which gets me really excited.
Oh, cool.
What do we think of the weapons? I've seen a few people that weren't too happy with, like, 2 gravity hammers and, yeah, I mean...
Yeah. I think at this point, being brutal, there should have maybe been 1 new weapon. I think just because... Bear in mind, from my perspective, I've been collecting Jazzwares as well, and they've been very much out the gate with those new weapons straight away. So I would have liked to have seen either the Commando or the Pulse Rifle, because I think those are the 2 that other companies have been doing straight away. Yeah. So
I want a Pulse Carbine so bad.
I would have really loved to have seen the Commando this time around.
I think you're going to probably see the Commando with a bigger debut than on a blind bag. I think you're going to see it in a Heroes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I think it will be Heroes or it will turn up in the Summer Waiver set. So I'm not that concerned. It was just something that I did note.
I'll say that I think it's actually kind of cool to have a active camo gravity hammer. I think if they had given me any other weapon with a chieftain that wasn't a gravity hammer, I would have been a little kind of disappointed, because I think, like I said, I think it pairs well with this guy. So I'm happy with that. I think it's very interesting that we're getting the other style assault rifle. I don't know all the numbers. I do like the plasma repeater. I do like the plasma repeater.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool. I don't think we've had enough of those, so I'm happy to see those, but I'm kind of... I feel like I have so many shock rifles. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of over the shock rifle now. What I'm really excited that there's a sniper rifle. I don't think they've ever put a sniper rifle in a blind pack series before. Yeah. So for people that like snipers, there you go. That's super cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gabe.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever done that before. I'm with you, Tom, though. I really, really would have loved to see like a pulse carbine or something, because as much as I love the plasma repeater, great weapon, severely underused. I really want to see an official pulse carbine.
I do think it's worth adding, just because obviously we've done episodes in the past where we get a little bit more insight into that design process. So I do totally get that a lot of this is probably still recuperating the fact that we got so much new stuff the first time around. So I do get that, but I'm hoping that we'll slowly see it continuing to trickle in.
If they do...
Sorry, go ahead, Gabe. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if they do a Commando, I'd kind of like to see them go the route of... Because I feel personally that the Commando is one of the more... like, not in a bad way, but it's one of the more like Call of Duty looking weapons. I mean, it's the first non-bullpup rifle in Halo. So I feel like, because of how it looks, I feel like it'd be cool if they did it in the way they did COD weapons, where you can take the magazine off and the scope off and maybe take the stock off. I feel like that would look super cool, but I don't know if they would mesh those 2 lines together. So I'd say all around, we feel pretty good about Wave 3. Do you feel like there's anything missing? I mean, Tom, you said you wanted some new weapons, but Colin and Matt,
I think
you
that's
guys...
all I wanted to cover with that. I think it's a good balance, like I always think Mega have it very hard with blind bags, because it's easy to do too many multicolored Spartans. And easy to not do enough new enemies, but I think they've balanced it quite well here.
True.
And one thing I do want to say, I like how there's a green metallic Spartan in every blind bag wave currently, Because for me, as the geek who's really into actual military doctrine, I really like the fact that there's that more grounded colour constantly available as well.
I completely agree. Completely agree. Yeah, I would not like to run into battle in a pink.
Like, looking at that green Centurion, it just looks like a Spartan. It honestly, it just looks like in the Fall of Reach, when they get their first suits. That's what it made me think of.
Yeah.
Having them all one color again is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a solid series. I mean, I don't really have... you can have little tweaks here and there, but we're going to get more of these things, right?
Yeah,
and then we're going to get those things that we wanted. So I feel like from a variety standpoint, I mean, I think it's great. There's obviously going to be some favorites and things that people like more than others. But some people probably do like the kind of colors you don't see very often. So, you can get Marines, you can get a green Spartan.
Yeah. I think the only thing I would change, if I could change one thing, I would change the Ultra to a gold color. And that would make it...
That would be pretty nice, yeah.
I dig that.
Because you get like a dark gray, a light gray, a gold. We have a white. It'd be...
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I dig it.
Spoilers.
All right, so I think it's about time we move on to the main topic of today's show, which is coming up with our dream series for the blind packs. So these would be, any figures that we would die to have in a blind pack series. Before this, we haven't revealed what we've come up with, so it could be anything. Go ahead and tell us your dream blind pack series.
I've done a little bit of prep for this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Tom
boy.
with prep time?
Okay.
Here we go.
The year is 2552.
He's reading.
Humanity is losing the war in a bitter conflict against the alien army known as the Covenant. Now, with the Fall of Reach blind bag series, your UNSC survivors can take the fight to the Covenant in one final stand against the unyielding darkness. Visual cue.
Visual cue. Ooh, okay.
The Fall of Reach blind bag series includes 7 micro action figures and 1 micro build.
Okay, I'm
the first figure is the UNSC Pillar of Autumn Marine with an enclosed helmet and the MA-37 assault rifle.
There you go.
This is followed by the UNSC ODST Bullfrog with a DMR and a jetpack. You then have got the Spartan CQC in metallic green armour with a grenade launcher. Followed on from this, you have the super articulated skirmisher miner who comes with a plasma pistol.
Nice.
Next up, I feel like I'm just going through quickly, but it's all good. I'm excited
that's perfect. We'll comment when you're done.
After this, you've got the Grunt Major, who comes with a needler, and as you can see, the Grunt Major is the new design with the new backpack. You have then got the Elite Zealot with the energy sword, the Brute Major, who is just there, with the plasma repeater, and then lastly, the buildable ship for this wave is a buildable Covenant Spirit dropship.
Oh, I like this.
Tom, you cut out for me on one of them. I couldn't hear. I think it was the second to the last one.
Brute Major with plasma repeater.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, there you go.
I dig it.
This is good, man. Lots of variety on the enemies. You get 4 enemies there, 3 UNSC, and then the buildable ship.
Mm-hmm.
I think you nailed this from a Reach standpoint. I mean, all these are in Reach. So are you going to do any fun colors like we talked about in the previous conversation? Or are they all going to be like standard military?
They're all going to be like standard campaign colors.
Okay. I love it.
So the Major, for example, would be the red. The Zealot, you've got the crimson. The Brute is kind of the bronzy color. The Skirmisher Miner's grey, but you could do it slightly greenish if you wanted to add that visual variety. Obviously, the Spirit's purple, the Spartan's metallic green, the ODST Bullfrog is the darker grey colours, and then the Pillar of Autumn Marines have got that brown armour. So from the John Friend perspective, hopefully there's a nice variety of colours there to make it feasible.
Nice. Ooh, that's pretty good. No complaints here.
I love everything about your series except for the green CQC. Because we got a green, like literally exactly a green CQC. So if that was switched to something else, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. But at the moment, I'd probably say like 9.5 out of 10.
I'll take it. I mean, I'll be honest, with the Spartan, I was like... I wanted to... I know we said Dreamwave, but I wanted to do it so it would be a little bit more realistic to what Mega would do as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've got to reuse a Spartan armor. I really like the CQC, and I've not got the metallic green one. I didn't know they'd done it, so I was like, yes, I want that.
Right. Matt, he didn't follow... Matt put, like, buildable Warden Eternal. That's it. Like, that's the whole series.
They all build together.
I love that.
Okay. That's awesome. I think my favorite would probably be... Shoot, I think the Marine. I just love the Marines.
Yeah.
You know, I think especially the Reach Marines. Those guys look awesome.
True. Yeah, I agree. I've got 2 McFarlane ones somewhere that I really want to dig back out.
If I had to pick like a favorite from your lineup, I would definitely go with the Grunt, hands down. I'm so over Grunt miners. Like,
See,
I just want the new one, dude.
As well, I was like, well, if I include that here, then with a little bit of retooling, they could do a Spec Ops Grunt down the line.
Exactly.
As well.
They would just need a mask. That's it. And they've already got the peg holes, so you could... Man, you're a genius.
Tom, you added in so much logistics to that. I just went with everything prepared. I wanted. I'm like, that. I'm like,
exactly.
They have to do it.
Well, do you want to share yours next, Matt?
Okay, all right. So while Tom was reading his list off, I feverishly decided to find something that set the mood too. So
here we go.
If you could see me. All right, so.
Nice.
On the blood of our fathers, on the blood of our sons, we swore to uphold the covenant, even to our dying breath.
So I went with a entire elite blind bag series.
Whoa!
So my idea behind this was you were gonna take every kind of form of elite in Halo and then put them in a blind bag. So my first pick. So this is like the ultimate blind bag army builder set. So I went with an elite miner. We have a lot of them, but in the traditional blue. Mm-hmm. And then we did the elite major, and I wanted this one to be the Reach colors, so it's kind of like a goldish red.
Yep.
And then we have the elite ultra, and this is the elite colors as well from Reach. So we have the white and red. Mm-hmm. And then we have an elite warlord from Infinite, and I want that to be a rich gold. I want that to be gold. And then we have an elite honor guard, and then I want that to be, you know, the gold and red. And then I decided to throw it in an elite banished, and so that one is that silver red. We kind of got one like similar to it in, I think it was
the Banshee.
The Banshee.
Yeah, the Banshee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I threw in an elite heretic.
Ooh, gosh.
And lastly,
there's more?
Well, one more. A flood elite.
Ooh,
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
is that super articulated?
Yes.
All of it, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So with the elite heretic, we get like a little bit of a brownish kind of decayed look for the heretic. Yeah.
Okay, so like Matt's list wins. Thank you all for joining us on this episode. Jeez.
That'd be amazing if they did that.
Yeah. And so my idea is that you could take this kind of like faction blind bag and apply it to everything.
Yeah.
So you could do the UNSC where you get like a naval officer, a military officer, a marine, an ODST, and just kind of like this snapshot of each faction, right? And then with the grunts or the brutes, you could do the same. But I think I chose the elites because I think they have such a rich variety in armor and color and style.
I love the blind bag idea for this, but I also want just like a pack.
Yeah, I just want an elite set.
Give me all of those in one pack. I'll give you $30 or whatever it ends up being.
I personally think it would probably work better as a blind bag because if say you are just picking the ones that you want, you might not grab as many elite miners because I already have a significant amount of those.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
And then we could get an Ongoy blind bag series down the line.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, Colin, start talking so Tom stops.
Am I up? Am I on my pick?
Yeah. How about you tell us?
Well,
Atriox.
So I'm doing Halo 3.
Ooh.
Halo 3 theme. And this, so I feel like the other two, Matt's and Tom's, are like feasible. This probably isn't feasible.
Okay.
And you'll see why in a
I
second.
mean, hey, it's called our Dream Blind Pack series. That's fine.
Yeah. So Halo 3, what's Halo 3 that we all want back? We want Flood.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Here we go.
So I got some Flood in these blind bags. Give me a little baggie of infection forms, kind of like what we've gotten before recently.
Yeah.
I like that idea, so we can put them around and create a little Flood infection form army. What do we have before? 3?
Yeah, like 3.
That's fine.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Then give me a combat form, a brute combat form.
Yes.
With a rocket launcher.
I like it.
Give me a tank form. And I think that's what puts it out of reality, because that's probably not going to happen.
I mean, they managed to fit a hunter in Heroes packaging, so you never know.
Yeah, they could. They could pull it off.
Then, so there's my Flood army that you can build. Then give me an elite major with a red one, with a carbine, and something that you could probably maybe swap some pieces out with the brute combat form, so you can like also make an elite combat form. I don't know how that would work exactly with like the head and all that sort of stuff, but who knows? You can mix and match a little bit. And then, so I played the Storm earlier today, and I want some of those workers, those guys with the yellow hard hats.
Civilians. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because maybe if you have some Flood pieces, then you can create a human Flood also, right? You can mix and match some of the arms and some stuff like that. So give me a human worker so they can be taken over.
Okay.
All right, couple more. So that's 5.
I feel like you're building up. I feel like we're gonna get
I feel like there's gonna be
something.
Something. The Gravemind figure.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. We
500
have
pieces in that little bag.
Cortana in here, so you can get Cortana.
Can dig it.
And I think traditional color Cortana makes the most sense here. Her little I guess weapon or whatever her little additional would be, like probably an index maybe. I don't know if you guys think of anything else that she would make sense with in Halo 3. Index is kind of cool. We've had an index before.
Would you do a Redux of Series 4 and have the buildable data chip?
Ooh.
That could be cool, but that would be like, that would take my buildable out. I like that idea. So the data chip, then you would.
The data chip came with Cortana in Season 4 as one figure.
Yeah, that data chip was pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
You could do a double A.
All right, so do you want my buildable figure or the last figure first?
Surprise
us. Yeah, just lay it on us.
Buildable figure first. Buildable thing first.
Buildable thing. Okay, give me a mini arc.
Oh. Ooh,
I like that.
How cool
yes,
would that be?
sir.
Just a little thing. It should be easy enough, right? With like the, what does that have? 6 arms.
Yeah.
I dig it.
So you can have a little one of those. Go ahead.
You know what would be really cool to add to it is, do you guys remember that shade turret? The shade turret had like those fins on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Use those and then have the interior printed with like our layout, and then have the outside.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, I know you're watching. Let's get on this. Let's do it.
All right, and then the other one, which I don't even know if they can make anymore, but give me a Hayabusa. Give me that Hayabusa.
Oh, come on.
Give me a black Hayabusa.
Jeez.
Gray undersuit. Give me that sword.
Okay. Yeah.
I like it.
Are you getting a new sheath piece as well?
Did they have sheath pieces?
They didn't back in the day, but this is your dream wave.
Yeah,
so.
shoot, do it.
Give that to me. They got one of those.
Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, that's a heavy hitting series. I really, a buildable arc is something I've thought about since they released the ring piece. I thought another one they could do would be so cool to have a buildable arc that sat up on like a little display like that. But even in a blind pack, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I
think I like your focus on Flood most of all, because I feel like we've like, crazily enough, of all my collection, I don't own a single Flood form. I just have the spores.
What?
I don't own a single Flood form.
Wow.
Yep. So I would love to get some Flood back.
Did you have
Flood
them
tanks.
and then sell them, or is never?
I thought that's why you liked the floods. What is it? The floodgate, the flood outbreak.
Oh, yeah, but I don't own it. That's why I like it.
Oh, dude.
I don't own. I only have the spores that first flood set spore I got was with Mercy.
Wow.
Oh,
Tom
really?
likes to call him Regret.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so I think
I knew it.
I think if we had more Flood within that articulation, new articulation, I think that'd be legit. I wouldn't mind having, piggybacking off my whole Elite design, I wouldn't mind if they did a Flood pack like that, where we got the spores, and then we had each faction that was a Flood version. So we got like a
cool.
Flood Brute, a Flood Elite, a Flood Human. I think that would be kind of cool
Yeah,
too.
that'd be sick.
But the grunts can't become full functioning Flood forms, right? They don't have like the mask.
No, they're not supposed to. I think they might have snuck them in Halo Wars when they shouldn't have. But
okay, let me.
Can I? Oh, sorry, I was zoned out there.
Hey, what's up?
I really like the inclusion of the civilians.
Yeah.
One thing I wish they had done when the NMPD line was present was find a way to factor in just civilian figures.
yeah,
Just because, every now and then you want people for the Covenant to just brutally murder.
Yeah,
Right.
I want that guy in the Halo 4 cutscene that the Elite just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want him to build in the hole so you can just slide the...
Oh, good.
Interchangeable torso. That should be a hero's
There
figure.
you go.
Random
Just
sword guy.
just
So
random
does that
shish
mean
kebab.
we could get an interchangeable torso for an Emil figure?
Yeah?
that
would be
that's
sick.
harsh.
Interchangeable head for
That's
Cat.
harsh.
Oh god!
Oh, imagine if you had like the torso piece, and then it had like a little piece that you could pop out,
Yeah.
and then you
Oh,
could
that
just
would be cool. I like that.
People would have way too much fun
Interchangeable
with that.
dust for George.
oh yeah.
You just
Oh,
get
he just turns into
Get
dust.
a Hero Series package that's just full of dust.
But George is still alive.
gosh.
He's not
Okay.
dust. He's just
That's
slip
right,
spaced
yeah.
away.
Like a cat head with a giant needle sticking through it.
So, moving on to
And
my
the
blind pack
needle's
series.
removable.
Oh my gosh!
Carter just has like a smushed
So-
pelican up against him.
Oh god.
So,
Gabe, take us away.
my
love you, Noble
dream
Team.
blind pack series. I went with one thing and then halfway through gave up and changed it. The premise is similar to the 20th anniversary set that we talked about a couple weeks back. I decided to do
here
a
we go.
20th anniversary blind pack series.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
And-
sick.
Each of the packs would be themed with one figure from across 8 different Halo games, going CE, 2, 3, ODST, Reach, 4, 5, and Infinite.
Brilliant.
Take my money.
Oh,
So-
20th anniversary blind bag, legit.
For the CE figure was Captain Keyes,
Yep.
because
Yeah.
we've gotten him once in Series 9 of the Heroes, and I made the dumb mistake of not picking up more, and I really, really want him back. And I feel like maybe they could, I don't know, they could do like a basic paint up, just so it's, blind pack,
Yeah.
whatever.
Give him like grey hair instead of black hair.
Yeah, give him a little Pegs who's got his cigar. We're good.
Yeah.
So, moving on to Halo 2. Halo 2.
Wait, does
The
Keys come
new-
with a needle rifle that he picks up after you save him?
Yeah. He's got
Or
to.
a magnum?
He could. That's a good idea. A needler? Yeah,
Or
there you go.
both.
Yeah.
Needler and a
And then he
magnum.
just randomly yells, "Stow the belly aching."
Yep. You're a leatherneck. So
All
the
of a
Halo
sudden
2
they
figure
talk.
I went for. So the Halo 2 figure I chose was a Halo 2 anniversary Elite Miner using the new mold coming from the
Savage.
20th anniversary set. Or, one with all of its jaws. Because, H2A elites. Oh, one thing I should specify about this elite, if it were in a blind pack, it would be using the proper pieces. It would use an honor guard chest, it would use an honor guard back, and it would use the Halo Wars 2 feet, because that's the right way to do H2A elites. Cool. But anyway, the Halo 3
There's
figure.
some subtle shade being
this
thrown
elite actually has a back.
Yeah.
That's cruel. That's cruel, Tom. Keep it going. Keep it going.
This is just becoming to a roast episode.
Right.
Kat, George, Emil. So for the Halo 3 figure, I haven't decided whether or not I want this to be like resized. Like I guess in a world I would, but Brute Stalker. Because they've given us Brute Captains, Brute Miners. I would love a Brute Stalker. Because really all you would need is the helmet piece. I mean, just make all the other pieces in black. There you go. You have a Brute Stalker. I feel like that'd be super sick. Now, if I was going to be really crazy, that would be a proper sized Brute Stalker. I mean, they would be like big figures.
Yeah.
For Halo ODST, I went with a Visor Mode Brute Chieftain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Halo Reach figure, similar to how, Tom, you did the Grunt Major, I went with a Grunt Ultra. Because I would love to see the Reach Grunt Ultras. Because then again, cool. if you just repaint an Ultra, you could have a Grunt Heavy from Halo Reach. And there you go.
I nearly said Heavy because of this. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
So you guys are all thinking about the logistics of it.
Right.
Yep. Matt's
Colin's
like,
over here like, we're going to cram a flood tank.
Give me that tank.
Yep. The Halo 4 figure for the anniversary series would be Henry Glassman.
Yeah.
Because I feel like...
Yeah.
Scientist. I feel like they have the parts for that. I could do that. Yeah, that'd be super cool.
I don't think they could give him a vest accessory, though, because I have speculated that in the past, and it was very near the
they'd
mark
either have
as
the
to
coat
what people
or they'd have
for accessories.
I thought about adding the scientist in mine. It was either scientist or the worker, so I'm glad you went with that.
I like the worker idea. Halo 5 would be, and this is just off the dome, a new articulation alpha crawler.
Yeah. Okay.
We haven't gotten a crawler
New articulation
in like many years, and all the old crawlers are just 4 ball joints and
they just have joints in their shoulders. Right?
I feel like it would be super cool if they found a way to make like the new articulated joints on a crawler figure.
That would be cool.
That'd be dope.
It's just Spartan arms reaching.
I would have thought you were gonna go with the Promethean warrior captain.
Oh, like the ones with the turret?
Oh, yeah. I could have done
cool.
that. Oh, I kind of wish I would have done that, actually. That's a good idea. But I don't know. I feel like I'd rather have...
I would like a new crawler.
Yeah, I feel like I'd rather have new crawlers.
I don't have faith in you, Gabe. I thought you were just going to go for a Halo 5 Marine.
Nope.
With the hockey pads and everything?
But Halo
Infinite...
Infinite...
like 2 cutscenes and that's it.
For the Halo Infinite figure, I'm obviously going with a Elite Warlord. Because that's like my favorite mold right now, and I want all of them. I want all of them.
They
are.
So
good.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Imagine him in like a gold or a white.
Imagine him in silver.
Or anything.
Imagine him in my hand.
Yeah. Imagine him in my
That's
pockets.
right, Colin's the only one.
So I would change one thing, Gabe.
Okay. Yeah, let me know your thoughts about this.
I'd put Glassman in a Heroes pack, and I would make the Halo 4 figure a reissue of the Heavy Green Marine that originally came in Armory Pack 2, purely because when they did that swap to Super Articulation for that figure, it was available like nowhere.
Yeah, it was out for like 20 minutes and then it was gone. Yeah, that'd be a good pick. I could go with a Marine.
I have to say, I think I really, really like how you kind of blended that into the 20th anniversary. I think that's a really nice pairing, and I think out of all of ours, I think yours has a really kind of good shot to go where Mega's at right now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like I feel like
I could totally see them doing that.
Yeah. The only thing I'd say is that some of the I don't think we've ever had official figures in a blind bag.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Glassman
I
would have to be.
I was just putting them in
like,
there.
that's it.
Glassman and keys. So like if you changed keys to
Just a generic captain or something like
a
that.
CE officer.
Yeah, like an admiral or something.
Or a
Yeah.
CE flood combat form.
Oh yeah, well, or
That
I think
would work.
Glassman, maybe just a regular scientist. I think you could do some pretty awesome stuff with that.
Yeah.
I like
love
the
that.
idea of a scientist, especially because, like, I would really like a Heroes of Sandy Tilson. She'd be so easy
Yes.
to make. You have
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
have Halsey's body. You just need to put the hair up in a different direction, and you're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Well, I think, and this is going a little bit away from the blind bags, but I think if they were going to do any human, like, officers, obviously they don't really have the market appeal to kids, so I can kind of get why we don't get them that frequently, but for collectors we really want
Yeah.
them. So maybe just do something like a gear pack with them, where you get like a marine, a scientist, and a technician, and instead of alternate armor, you get alternate head sculpts for the two, like the technician and the scientist.
Yeah,
So
that's
then
cool.
you could buy a few of that pack and have like 4 scientists, 4 technicians, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Nice.
I
These are
think-
good picks. This is
I mean,
fun.
I don't know. I was gonna say I
think
don't know
we've done
about you guys,
solid.
but I think we all had some pretty. I like your guys' ideas. Those were really,
If-
really
So,
solid.
If I had to rank them on like the like the list of what is most likely to happen, I'd say
the
Gabe's-
probability list.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
probability list. I'd say Gabe, you're number 1, then
Yep.
Tom's 2, Colin's 3, and then I'm 4. I think mine would not
Really?
all elites. I don't think they do an all elite.
I'd
I
switch.
think
Yeah.
they would.
I'd switch you and I don't know because Collins is like that's a lot of flood. That's a lot of new molds they'd have.
It's
to
a lot of new
Well, I
molds
think
and
the
a lot
only
of
thing
money.
the only thing that draws, well, eventually they're gonna have to do the new mold flood though. Eventually, right?
Yeah.
So
they're
I
coming
think
back.
I think the
Especially
only thing
if
that
they're
makes
in Infinite.
the only thing that makes yours a
avoided
little
it
yeah
this one.
infinite possibilities. We know, Tom. The only thing that the only thing that holds Collins back is the trying to cram a tank form in there.
Yeah.
I think that's probably it. But I don't think well, like with the elites, there's a new mold elite in every blind bag. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm asking for high detailed paint on them.
You know what I should have done with mine is I should have done the carrier form with the infection forms.
Yeah.
With the
So like they're
yeah, that
stuffed
would've
in
been
there
cool.
and the whole thing. So you got this big puffy.
You just
blind
would have had this
bag.
one package like this, and you're like, I wonder which one this is. Hey,
have to
which
say,
mom? Which one?
Holding my wallet up. I'm ready to buy all of these.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
But you don't have any
Different to
money.
me now.
You don't have any money. You spent it
How
all.
dare you expose me like this? I'll trade you. I'll trade you one Lego Razor Crest.
Ooh.
There you go.
Ooh.
All right.
Tom, we already
Is
talked
it
to your
built?
parents. They're coming
Is
for your
it
card
is
right
it complete?
It's complete. It might not have the minifigures, but they're not part of the build. They're separate, and you can pay a premium.
now. How
That
cute
sounds
is
about
that
right.
baby Yoda figure?
Oh my god, it's adorable.
Well, if we're all feeling good about our pick, well, are we? We all
Yeah.
feeling good about our
I'm
picks?
feeling
We
good.
like what we came
I
up
think we
with.
smashed it, lads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
Tom's
think
intro
I,
really set the mood, though. I felt like that was the
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
As,
that was good.
that was good. That was good.
Maybe I should actually prepare for every episode rather than just turning up.
Nah.
It would be a good
Nope.
idea.
We'll
yeah.
be good. We're good.
So would we want to move on to the community? Anybody have any community picks they'd like to give some shout outs with?
So I am going to take a deep breath because I have got a
All
lot
right.
of community stuff
Okay.
this time around.
Oh my god.
All right, take it away.
So, firstly, I'm going to shout out Nick Leitner, who was a brand new member to Mega Construx Worldwide, which is a Facebook group, if you weren't aware, a short time ago. And he posted a really cool build of a kind of corner UNSC structure made out of an incomplete mammoth that he titled Only Research Outpost Alamo. It's a really, really cool build with a complete kind of corner technique that I've not seen before. And I've put a photo of it into our internal folder so you guys can check it out, and hopefully the audience will be seeing it now as well. Then
I saw
Noble
that on
Six
the page.
over-
It was really, really cool looking.
Noble6 over on Discord shared their collection with me privately, so they sent me a message on our Discord and then wanted to send through their collection pictures just to show that. So I wanted to shout them out because it's awesome to have somebody sharing that with us. Luke Earl joined for the first time for a live show that we did the other day, just Evolved as a whole, and we had some really nice feedback on Twitter, so I wanted to shout him out. Hopefully he's continuing to listen to this as well.
Hello.
Then Space Camper on the MCX forums, you'll have heard this name before, really, really cool person, has been coming over to the YouTube more and more, leaving comments there. But they posted a gorgeous custom Master Chief figure, which has got some nice additional paint apps and sculpting, including armoured gloves. And then lastly, Rapid Action Animations has an awesome YouTube channel with MCX animations and also shows a lot of support across all of our videos. So shout out to them. And I am all communitied out now, so if you want a shout out next episode, it's not happening.
Aww. I do want to shout out someone.
Very nice. Yeah, thanks for everybody's support. That's awesome.
I will shout
thank
out
you very much for all of that.
Very quickly.
Go ahead.
Heavy Weapons Guy. I see him commenting on every video we put out, and it's always nice to see his comments.
Yeah,
always
all the
supportive,
time.
Very encouraging. You're a very awesome dude. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. You have very, very kind words to say.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always
Absolutely.
disappointed if I don't see him in one of our top, 3 comments.
Yeah.
Where's our boy?
Where's Heavy Weapons Guy? I must not have woke up.
Where is he? That'll do it for the show. Thank you all for joining us here again on Builds with Blocks. If you like the show, feel free to support Podcast Evolved on Patreon. And until next time, Evolved.
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 Mama Burger!
Oh,
I can't.
Wow.
I feel like the show hasn't ended
Nice.
until you say evolved, though, Tom. The show's not over until you say evolved.
Evolved.
Thank you.